I told you so. So we solved pretty much the whole damn thing. All the Kennedy stuff, all the 9/11. Pretty much, we got a good perspective on it. It is, man. And, so I don't know what I'm gonna label this. Maybe something like that. I just went swimming. A swimming pool is really cold in the back. We're in Fort Myers. Or Cape Coral. So it's most people would whine, but it's like how it's actually the perfect cold temperature. It just would get good if it's like hot and dry in the air. So I was thinking, like, you have a glass of water with ice. How can you drink ice water like that in your mouth and like that's supposed to be great and not like on your body? It's true, right? It is like it has that shock, but then it's way better, especially when I don't get cold. And I'll be doing that again more. Okay, so fucking YouTube. And Tucker Carlson is doing things. See, Tucker Carlson, that thing, like everything's fake out. He like has to leave Fox News, and that's all fake. You know, because what they're doing. Oh yeah, because Charlie Kirk's wife, right? That interview. So you can tell how Fox News is. It's all like, it's just all a game. All the media is the same thing anyway. I think it is pretty much, or that's like the media is the message. You know, they're put under restrictions by the same forces. And like me, I'm on YouTube, and I refuse to do it, and I actually explain everything what goes on. And like, there's no one gets to see this stuff, I guess, or they act like it. But you know, because there's nothing on YouTube, as far as I can tell. Like all that stuff, everything is the same shit too. All that Unitarian Church, community church in Boston, everyone goes on there. The Aaron Mate and the other like redheaded guy. They do the Israel stuff, the leftists, all the shit, and all the Noam Chomsky type fucking. Oh God, what's it called? The guy with the fish eyes. Really good. I used to always watch these people, and he goes there. God, I can't remember his name. Richard Hayes, right? He used to be in Boston, and he's in the ghetto. We actually went to boxing and stuff, and he knew fluent Arabic, so he's like all CIA. It's all fucking CIA. There's another CIA. Damn, James, Tom and James lived together. That's so funny. So James, that was all fake. Every time I'd be talking to him, I see him on the street, he'd start going through trash cans. So he's always like that, and he does the thing. And you can tell. He was pretty cool. He's like cool. He's that thing like my uncle is, but they're not a piece of garbage. It's like him and his dad and stuff. Like I just heard he had a dad, but like he's the good guy. Or that doesn't do that. They wouldn't. God, I don't think James would do any bad shit. But he ran Tom. He trained him. Must have been, right? They lived together. But maybe this other thing, or however it works. Even Joe. See? Isn't that funny? James. No, not James. No, James is actually. They just wouldn't work him like a sleazebag. There'd be something. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't need to. And there's some kind of. Except like my dad, too, if they didn't. Yeah, they fucked that whole family up. My family. My dad's side of the family. And my mom, of course, like the CIA rat line, probably did execute her mom, my grandmother. And maybe the other guy probably died in World War II. He probably was fighting for the British. He probably did get shot down. Blonde hair, blue eye. Get the right selected thing. And my mom's mom, my grandmother, she probably went to the concentration camp when they're done. Definitely, because it's some communist thing, I can tell. Like, they got a deal, or the British just run it. The British ran that shit in World War I with the Dardanelles. They weren't going to let that open up. That was all a lie. So Tucker Carlson Man, he does all that fake stuff. All the ducks speak, all the weird, whatever the hell it's supposed to be like. And it's all fake. He's all computerized, probably. It's all CGI. It is. It is. He is. Because they just lie, man. They have no integrity like that. They act like they're all like that, and it's not. They're lying, and they're like intentionally, like on a lot of those levels. It's kind of like not lying to me once I can see it, and they signal. But God knows what else, and you know, you're not gonna get the big grand picture, and not gonna be me. Like, and he says, he's like, oh man, the Trump's ear. They're going back on Trump's ear. I always call it Trump's ear. YouTube had to. Okay, so YouTube took my video down, gave me a strike, and then they erased everything. Like, there isn't anything, no history of that, no strike, no nothing. They're fucking lying. And the other thing they did was with an Elliot Rodger video before they took that down. And it's like a video with the music. Elliot is driving his car, you know, being happy and showing his baby pictures. And I'd analyze him about his autism, and that's all I fucking do. And like YouTube was always trying to set it up and having like these guys. Man, they're spam bots saying shit. And the one YouTube, it's run by YouTube, said they got Elliot Rodger to do it. But I think that whole thing might be fake. It's got to be. Because I don't think it's... I think it's all a lie. Same as that girl, the nice Iranian girl. That danced around like the chicken and cow thing. I think she had one of those once. And she's really cool, but she's like, that's all fake. And you can tell once you look at her, too. That shit didn't happen. YouTube just lies. So Tucker Carlson's saying the guy who damaged Trump's ear, that might have actually been really ear, like they get it. But that was like, that wasn't for real. I said fake assassination attempt, and YouTube had... They took the whole video down. All it was is me talking to a police officer about what I witnessed. Because I witnessed this shit. They did a signal. And then the stuff that got put in the Daily Mail. That runs it. And they deliberately, after the fact, act like they did it. And it fucks everything up. So it's this criminal shit, and YouTube did a strike and took that down. Then they disappeared it. They're fucking lying. They don't even say what thing. They just said it's terrorism or something. They fucking lie like a motherfucker. They rape kids too. And they send me more shit. They keep showing the Ottoman Turks. I like to research Ottoman Turks. And they keep showing women being raped by Ottomans. Like that's all their thing. And like they're being stretched out on posts and stuff like that, getting ready to be raped by Ottomans. You know, I gotta watch all these videos as I block one after another. That's some of their sick shit. They've been doing that. And all the racist shit, all the anti-Semitic shit they do now, they promote. And it is actually anti-Semitism. It's not just like the Israel. But Tucker's saying that there was like someone writing, it was like, it's always a spam bot. It's always run by YouTube. It's their shit. They'd work that shit. That's them. That's their fucking chat bot shit. It's not fucking even someone else. They're lying, man. And you dig it and find out, because they probably got it so it's supposed to be they're on the naughty. Like if it ever has to get pushed. Like that's, I get the feeling. She's working her chicken cows a little bit. Those like did heal though. From the prickers. No, that's good. Man. But Tucker's saying like it was telling him to do it and stuff like that. And they're saying it's a foreign, God, they have to put it in the Daily Mail or whatever, saying it's a foreign government or foreign thing. They'll say, because he said he's from, oh my God, what? From fucking, he's from the Swedish fucking Antifa or something. Or the northern, he's Antifa Viking or something. It's fucking lying, and it's a bot. It's YouTube. And the kid, he's like fucking a douche. He's major douche. They had all that stuff coming down here, and they kicked me out of this place, and the police came and handcuffed me. That's YouTube that does that shit too. Like I didn't put that one on. This last one, they harassed my kid and stuff. YouTube sets all this stuff up. And they work it. They'll abuse like shit and then do the criminal shit. And you're supposed to like sue them, sue the police. And then they tie all that up because YouTube runs all the courts. They run all the lawyers, the shit they write. They run all that. They put these motherfuckers through college. And they can give and Lord can take it away. Fucking, they run them like with their, because they'll just say it's plagiarism. They got the shit so they could just like yank out some stuff and say that like it's plagiarism. And you have to use it or you're not going to get it through. And so they run all this shit, all the court, and they write all this shit for court. That's why I'm put my case on hold. I won't put up with that shit. I just tell them the fucking lawyer sending me stuff. It's not my lawyer. It's like it's a bot. It's on my fucking emails. Everyone's a bot. And my lawyer called me like that. Like it was just a bot talking. And that's Google. It's them doing it. I know there's fucking them. YouTube. And so they're saying that shit. Maybe they're fucking around and so it can kind of... But even if it's naughty, oh, there's naughty. It's like they work all that shit. It's not like some good thing. Oh, here comes the fix. Like it could be. You wouldn't know. It could be, but it wouldn't be that. Like, you know, because of that. Things change around. Because they got it worked out. They'll have all their shit. So they could dissolve and then just, like, here comes the alternative. And they have that all rigged up. Like the whole institution can get wrecked, or the stock price, or whatever the fuck, and something has to come in. Or they do a breakup, and it's like all of them and their rigged shit. That's what it is. And so, damn, nobody says this Kennedy stuff. No one says President Kennedy's in on it, right? President Kennedy's, President Kennedy's got assassinated. Man, that's like when they put those kids are in the backyard, right? And the dad had made this giant fucking balloon tent, and they were in there, and they floated away, right? And everyone had to go run around. That's what they fucking did. President Kennedy did that. Fucking, he's lying. That didn't happen. He took off, man. Especially his brother and Bobby Kennedy. And so they set all this stuff up. They set up the World Trade Center. He did, man. It's all coming from Massachusetts. I was up there, man. And they had all California. They took that over, that Hollywood shit. His dad, they rigged everything. They rigged all the Nixon, everything. For whatever the fuck reason. In the World Trade Center, they fucking designed that. And Bobby Kennedy was a New York senator. Like in the 60s, whenever that was starting up. And when he was running for president in 68. Once you think of it, then it's like, oh, God, yeah. And that's the missing thing. See how it is? Maybe some people get it back then, but they get to play around with it. And be like, God, no one would fucking know. You have the whole Kennedy thing. Everything is worked out to do this transition and pull the plug. And it's redneck Lyndon Johnson, but he still does the space race. But he can, like, no one owes anyone a favor. Everyone can be out in the street. Like, Kennedy could never turn shitty that much. Like, I guess who they say, Obama, and he turns shitty, right? Like you could say, or they say it, but like going from Kennedy to Johnson, it's like beyond anything. It wouldn't be something Kennedy could just do. And they just work it, and they have guys that are ready for it, and just they fucking manipulate that shit. And all the looking for how it happened, you got the whole family. They're okay with it, man. They're like, or whatever. Bobby Kennedy, I gotta wait. I gotta get elected. Man, let's just lay low and stay quiet. Wait till I get elected, and then I'll look in the files some more. I'm gonna fix it. Oops, then he gets his thing out in California where they run that shit. That's the shit. That's where the convention was when Kennedy got elected in 1960. Had that in Los Angeles too. And you got to read Norman Mailer's article. Superman comes to the supermarket. I know there's going to be stuff. And all this shit. Damn, man. So that's what it is. And this Cuba stuff, I was looking at some stuff. God, Meyer Lansky, everyone was in there, like, they invested a lot toward the end. Well, just through the 60s. And it pulls back. But that maybe they get, they wanted Cuba to get the good buildings, too. And just part of the deal. And that last one they put in, a giant Hilton hotel. Isn't that funny? In that last year. And that's up there. And that doesn't get attacked by the street guys. That's all CIA. They just left it in there. They, like, Castro's, okay, build a giant fucking Hilton. And you can have CIA all up in there. They don't even let the street guys go in. Hilton and one other hotel that they didn't go in. So that was like made. It's like fucking CIA headquarters. And he still had, and it's all Trafficante. He's the guy from Tampa. And so he's all invested in there. And he had to go back to Tampa. Man, they arrested him for a while. Kept him for fucking weeks. And he's like just like part of the CIA in there, like working the stuff, man. Because he'll know all the stuff. He never talked about it, ever. The thing said. And Meyer Lansky, at least everything, but he's with a thing. They all fucking know. Probably all these guys got burned. And my mom's parents, they used to blow up his hotel, or they did. My wife was saying it was like after the revolution. But maybe. I think like they were still letting it be a hotel or something, but that then blew it up. And they're going to send him to Angola. So they had to get out. Some shit. But that's all, and they tried to kill my wife too. They fucking did, man. Or whatever they did. She was in a coma as a kid. And then she had the Hungarian doctor. Part of their shit. Man, they probably had to change their mind. Maybe they did, man. That's probably all real. Threw it, bashed her head in. She was like 3 years old. But she lived. I don't think they'd be lying about it. Fuck. Because they've been fucking with me. They were on a death hit list, and then they stick me with that. Like, not them bad, but the other. The good, whatever. The Hare Krishna movement, and whatever the hell. The Hells Angels, Hare Krishna is like Air Force, like that good part of the Air Force. Whatever the fuck, and good part of the CIA. Whatever the fuck. Colby shit. Fuck, man. One of those pictures I was looking at with Colin Powell. He's with everyone, and it's like, and I made this little video. Man, the way he looks, I should go get that. I said, I had to do it, don't you see? And then showed him. And he has that look. But that's well, take it over for me. That's Jesus Christ Superstar. Peter. But like maybe there's something there to do something. There's something. It could be this. I'm thinking that now. That's actually what I do think. Is like it's so fucking bad. It's so bad. And like this militant stuff is like the humans. On the side of the humans. And that would make sense for the Israel shit. Oh God, they always act like it's the Palestinians, but it's really, man, they didn't, man, they'll say, oh man, I don't know, the showers and then the ovens, like, I don't know, it didn't fit this, that, and really it's like, and they'll leave these placeholders, and really it's okay, they got a tangle or whatever, but it's probably like they take samples right in the brain stem or something like that and drop it in liquid nitrogen of every fucking person, right? I bet the fuck they did, or some shit. I bet they had like, intensive stuff. I bet the Ashkenazi and all that, like German stuff too, especially the Ashkenazi and the German blend, all the Polish, that's most studied, and Russian, most studied of anything, but actually probably the Chinese too, because they had fucking working with the Japanese. Bet the fuck they did, man. Yeah, they did. And because you look at what they do to me, and they just fucking signal it. They don't even fucking hide it. You know, my mom, it's like the lady, she was a fucking Diane, retired CIA. She just says it, and she's at her house. Everyone will know. And when my mom was going to the, to the basketball games, the Carlise, she gets the other thing. That's got to connect to the thing. That's the banana that goes to the thing. That's a hot top dog. I don't even know. I used to think my brother's friend, he's like, that's where I got it from, that I can even do this. That's how I can even think there's the fucking CIA or there's something. Because of, like, he'd just be like that, thinking there's something going on, or just, there's a scheme. And really, it's like, they didn't fix it. That's like, they weren't always doing the right thing for him. Kind of like he does like my dad. He's waiting for better treatment. But, he'd have that thing. And I used to think he's just like such great wisdom, but it's all actually because he knew. The other thing, I would say, oh, he's maybe, I joke, like with King Arthur's court. Like he's the fucking descendant from the Belmonts and fucking, well, he's a Belmont. That's some thing, they ripped him off. They don't have anything, or like, I don't know, it's all feds. And, Saltonstalls. That's the original thing. They married Saltonstall. That's, our family goes way back with them. We went on trial with them, like, and then got different shit, man. They skipped out too from the witch trial. That wasn't us, but like, well, we had our, I think Patriarch's second wife. She was like shit hot. She's hot as hell, Sarah Hawks. And she, her husband got executed, that second wife. He might be, I think he's the last guy to die. Her young husband. She's young. And her daughter, Sarah Hawks, and her were in jail for a little while. For 3 months, they got fucked over and got their shit ripped off. But they didn't get killed. And the husband got murdered. And the Saltonstall had skipped out. He did the first 2 trials and just skipped out. That's what I was saying. But I joke about my friend, like you can tell like his guys, like, were with King Arthur's court or something. You know. Or like, you know. I guess like that joke, right? The key doesn't work. But really it's, damn, it's gonna get, look at that. We're in Florida. Damn. That's cool. Oh, that could be the thumbnail or something. Get somehow. Alright. That is cool. Yeah. Fuck, man. But the thing is, because certain things, but now it's not. He just would know and have certain wisdom and a certain flow, and he'd stick around and put up with stuff and always be there. I was thinking he's the best friend, but like now I know. And that's why my brother's like emotionally broke with him, and the other's broke. There's something they know or something. Yeah, I mean, I know all. But the other thing is like he could like with a BB gun, the sights were broken off. You just pick it up and it's something way the hell off. He could just like all the way good, and I think they practice. I think they have some little Boy Scout thing. It's gotta be, and yeah, that's what it is, man. They start that up, and that's all that is. So, because I was thinking he's a natural, but I haven't seen him in other like some sports, or it's like, so I thought he had natural talent. But I think he just had good, real coaching and this stuff. I bet the fuck it is. They just do that from when you're a little kid. I bet it is some weird thing. Fuck, man. Yeah, so Cuba, they God, they'll have to fuck around with it. It's so obvious once you say it too. It's all a lie. All that shit's a lie. Everything's a lie. All the Tucker Carlson, all the shit. All fucking lying. Tucker Carlson, now he doesn't remind me of anything. Guy, but fucking James, up in Boston. He was Tom's roommate. And he has a crazy, he acts like he's crazy. He collects cardboard. Like he has obsessive compulsive disorder, like this thing. So he has the whole house is filled with that stacked up floor to ceiling, certain parts. And he obsessively has to collect it and fold up stuff because it can be used for something. But it's just that. Like he's a hoarder, has a hoarding problem. But now when I think back, it's fake. It's just fake. That's all it is. They had that whole place in the South End. Like they're the top floor. The penthouse is just a roof over it, but yeah, the penthouse. And it's and Tom was there. I stayed there for a little bit once too. But it's how is it? It's like it had an old black guy that owned it, and he had to lay in bed all day. He was sick, and he was like maybe on the second floor. He's just in there, and the plumbing wouldn't work. And then, oh yeah, James like, Ken, no water goes down that drain. No water goes down that drain. He was really good. Because you can't let the, you gotta plug up the bathtub. And you gotta like, you can't let the water go down the drain. You gotta put it in a bucket. Or something, put it in the toilet. It's some weird thing. You just leave it like that. And that's even, God, man. Yeah, now I know, because they messed up with Tom, because Tom wasn't like always the same. Like Joe comes in pretty, like maybe in the first a year and a half after the beginning or something like that. And then Tom's like he's gonna do Tom, or at least as far as out in the street, I'll do you and like in be something. But they did it. They weren't sure how Tom was gonna be, or whatever. They weren't sure I was always gonna be there. And these guys in there, because they'll be like, and Joe's not. It's like they know they fucking. It's not. It's some hostile thing or some outside thing, but they just watch or whatever. Probably. Yes, Tom's like, oh, the community church. I don't like these old people there. And this old dog. It's always like dogs about to keel over. It is pretty horrible. Now I know how bad they are. But he's like saying that like he doesn't like them. And it's fake. And he doesn't follow through. He doesn't say anything or any of the political stuff. You know, and how has strong opinions, but then he won't really go with it. And it doesn't work. It's all a fucking lie. And it's a lot different. Early on, I think he does have his like vision problem. It's like they get him out of the blind school. And I go with my uncle too. Fuck, man. Man, these motherfuckers, man. Because, like, if you guys see, if I got it right, they did just shit to me, right? Medical shit to me. God, they did. And then if you know that, then it's like, they could do that. And then you gotta think. So I had my cousin Patty. You can go see. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. And she had something. I thought when she was really young, it was normal, and she always had a brain problem or something else. She had a brain, we had to have an operation or something going on. and she went slowly blind, and she lived in a blind school. Like later and like that, I didn't think it was. And then they had her going with my dad. She went to Zimbabwe with my dad. And later she just died and stuff. Like when she was 40 or whatever it is. She was really cool too. Because she came and visited. My dad knows everything. He's getting worked and they're fucking with me. And like he's like I'm supposed to be like they're giving me LSD and all kinds of shit. I mean the thing is they're doing it and he's like hanging out with her. I'd be at the house and then they're gonna go take off, go back to Maine or some shit and going camping, getting ready to go to Zimbabwe, all kinds of shit. And I'm just supposed to be a piece of crap. But she's really cool. But she needs someone to be around her. And she's so cool. She's like Pookie in that movie, The Sterile Cuckoo. And like that. It's like, she doesn't do it like that extreme, but it's like, it's so fucking cool. Like, I guess you have to be or something. It wouldn't be bad. It's like if people are really social, you can latch on and stuff, and someone could help you with your stuff. But they probably can hear. So that's what I'm thinking, just some little connection. Oops. And the guy's gonna listen. Maybe Tom could just hear shit across the room and think about it, work it out. And it was distractive type thing. That was so weird, man. He like early on, he did a thing where he's like, we're at the Unitarian Church, poetry reading. It's supposed to like he doesn't like them or something. And then he does this dance with these two girls, and one of them has like no shirt. She's got tits all the way. And they do a scene with one of Prabhupada's tapes, one of the things. And they do a weird thing, all hypnotic and stuff. And I've been listening to that tape. And so they're fucking with me. I'm kind of thinking, though, yeah, maybe the rest of the shit's in on it, or they work on it together. But, like, he comes from that shit. He comes from the Glee Club. Lucas. Lucas comes from the Glee Club. Probably, right? These motherfuckers come from the Glee Club. And they stop now, but it's like a fucking joke how they can dance. And, in some of those pictures at UMass, I think the guy that looks like oh my God, doesn't he look like Tomorrow Belongs to Me, right? The stag in the forest, right? The blossom embraces the bee. Rise, tomorrow belongs to me. Fatherland, fatherland. He does look like that. He's got that little nose that sticks out. They must have done that, right? And they got him when he's with Tulsi, or the thing that looks like Tulsi, the person. The girl might be her, or they'll just mess around. But it's from that same thing, or it's a double. And he's getting up like he's got on one arm at one point. So they're doing that like a joke to him, right? Because he's so he's such a try-hard. It's like they're joking. It's gotta be, because he sucks, man. There's some. Man, I think. It's bad. It's really bad. And then they had him dancing, and they're running around, but he doesn't get winded. He's got super cardio. So he's got these Indians that are dancing, and they got their all cardio up, and they're working him and showing how he's like a fucking master of got all the cardio, and he has a dance background. Because that's what they fucking do. Because it won't show as much. They do heavy dance background. So Tom had all that training. He can be like, not be embarrassed or whatever. But, God, man, yeah, so, well, we got it. and all the Charlie Kirk stuff. Why would they do that? Well, if it's like what I said, you know, the Kennedy assassination, 9/11. God, man, Kennedy did that. He did that. They did that. He's with that thing, and he takes off. And then, oh, why would they do this? Trump's here, and then Charlie Kirk. Well, they would if it's like what I said, right? Like, that could be a thing, right? Kind of one way in a certain way. And especially if they, God, if they just, it's not like they just dump it out. Because these guys got that shit lined up too. Certain things. And they don't give a fuck. They're super secret. You know, all Cuba's fake. It's all fucking fake. All the fucking everything. That means like Iran, everything's fake. They're not fighting. Like, not like the way they say. But in some ways they are, like, and they're together like that. Russians and the Americans, certain ones. The Eldred James thing, like I said. God. They were really nice to me. When I went to the Nixon thing. I went to the Nixon Museum, like it's his house too. In Yorba Linda, I think it is, or something like that, right? It's got the helicopter there. And it was near closing time, and I went on the helicopter. I was the only one there. They loved me there. They were like so glad I came there. They were so fucking nice. They fucked with me at the hotel. They fucking threw me off, fucked me up. So I ended up managing to drive. And that really helped me out in California. Well, the motherfuckers on the other end were fucking with my daughter. And the whole thing was up in on it, too. All working up in Michigan, all the fucking thing, or they know. Maybe it's not that bad, I don't know. God, okay, so I ended up looking at an article and to Real Clear Politics. There's no news aggregate yet. You know, like Google took away their news aggregate thing years ago, and you can't set anything and look through articles, so you can have no view of the news, of the douchebag fucking news or anything, or set anything. Like, it's just their news thing, and there's no control, no nothing. So you can't see what's out there or what people might be looking at or whatever. They're douche. It's all supposed to be just douche. Because that's what I want to do, is I want to see. It's like news. The news, I need the news on the news about that shit. But there was an article on there in Real Clear Politics that said something about trannies. We gotta have these trannies out of control. They get too many in this toilet, man. Get this toilet. Get our toilet, get our territory back, and it's like some shit. So I looked at it, and it was interesting. It's cool. They said in that movie, they always refer to this movie like a fucking Jodie Foster, like in that guy, like what's he called? Like fucking Hannibal Lecter, or Hannibal, or something. He eats people or something. It's Anthony Hopkins that plays him. I've never seen it, or actually I watched a little bit and it's boring as shit, but I think they put all the undercover shit in it, and that's why these articles are always referring to it. It's like something you're supposed to, like, it is, and especially if this is correct, what it says. They said, oh, like the Jodie Foster chick is talking to him, and like maybe he had wanted to be a tranny too, and he got mad. They wouldn't let him, and they bought. But, so now he has to use, get skin or something. Or some shit, I don't even know. But it says that, he said there's this is in 1990 when the movie's made, maybe, something like that. So they're talking about the 80s or whatever the hell. But he said there's only 3 places in the country that do sex change surgery. Maybe it's supposed to be like 70s or 80s. 3 places, John Hopkins, that's where my dad went to college, okay, and University of Minnesota, and that's where my dad went up on a sabbatical, and they'd had me, and they found the girlfriend to give me put stuff in my food when they didn't have my mom to do it. And that's even the thing, they always wanted me up there. It's always about that, and that's why they're abusing me so hard to make me go up there. Like these nude showers and like the real abuse. And fucking ramping it up in the terror. Terror, it's W say the terror. And so it's like that university, the medical department, and then shit. The other was like Columbus Medical Center. It's not Columbia, I think it's Columbus, and I fucking didn't keep looking around what the fuck it means. And YouTube fucking fucks with it. You go Columbus Medical Center and they fuck around. They go Columbus, like in Pennsylvania, something around in South Dakota, something. And like they just fuck with it. But I think it might mean that thing. You go, I think it's like Columbus, Ohio, and there's all kinds of medical stuff. That place is weird and cool. We were up there. They're really nice to me there too. We went there like on our vacation. God, back when, I don't know, 2021 maybe or something, or one of these, or maybe it wasn't that. Or maybe it's like, no, before that. Or, yeah, because my wife took us on a weird vacation. We just went through Midwest and stuff. I was upset at first, but then it's fucking great. It was fucking, I got to learn what it is. But that whole place all spread out. It's all super, like hospitals and weird stuff. This giant fucking thing. And then I think, what's his name comes from near there. Like, Timothy Snyder. He grew up, like in the suburbs, like in that, some part of Ohio like that. So that actually, I actually get a good feeling about that place when I was there. But it's all the weird shit, I can tell. I don't know if I'm right, but actually I really liked Ohio. Okay, so yeah, those three places. Fucking the two were like, God, my dad's college and then the fucking thing. So, God, University of Minnesota, so yeah, and then the thing, damn. And you gotta be like, I know they're watching this. They listen, they have to watch, see, they have to listen to this stuff. Isn't that funny? I was like, I don't know, some intelligence agency can watch it. And I used to always say the exact time in all these videos when I got on the street. And you can check it with body cam, you know, I'm for real, all kinds of shit. Or you might have just, if you haven't know anything, cars might have gone by at a certain time, you know. And they can, God. In a place in St. Petersburg, Russia, I said, yeah, the police station. That's State Department. Anyway, I don't think that's a secret. They run that shit. That's the State Department shit. That's so funny. I know now. They have their different, like, spots and their fiefdoms and their stuff. Shit. They got that shit and they got that fucking cool ass building, whatever. That whatever it is building. Like it's in that jurisdiction. The giant building. That's where I had my incident. I was walking around there. So yeah, they all rigged that up. They worked that. It was probably, oh my God, it was like State Department. Fucking and weird shit. It's their shit. Driving their cars at me and shit to get a good thing going. And also kind of get me in the thing. I need to get acclimated too. Because I was drinking alcohol when I was there, so I mean it gets me an issue, but God, man. Yeah, they had a cool Lenin statue there too. So I gotta talk about Trump's ear. Yeah, and YouTube does it. Like YouTube just does this shit. YouTube actually did get my son with autism, would tell him to take the cat and throw it over the fence to get torn apart by the dogs next door. And that was coordinated with whatever things that runs them with the dogs. They wouldn't even have to know. They could just have the dogs and it's a threat thing, but the thing runs them. That's fucked up. That's the shit that was on the thing when they came, the January 6th heads came, this that guy. Then later they haul him out with fucking police come for his like restraining order to be leave. So they can put him on the naughty. Like he's officially naughty now, so like some other, things they can't fuck with me maybe. They had to make him all like super naughty. The wife says he's naughty now, like whatever. Or like they would like team up on me or whatever that would be. Yeah, they make him fucking mow the lawn in blazing heat with humidity. They make him struggle. Like, what a life. But yeah, and then the dogs, they would be playing with them. They're all gone now. But it's like they try to say like I'd fucking doing something or something. Like they're all setting that shit up. And they're thinking they're gonna do it. They're always working that shit. These motherfuckers. Fucking police and the fucking dirty courts, they just lie and perjure. And it's run by Google, YouTube. And Google, it's their bot that does illegal shit. Gets everyone through college and gets it so you can just do it and breeze through. And it'll be coaching you and fucking with you. And writing your shit for you. And then doing the other shit. They just work that. That's their particular thing. I get the feeling. But damn man, the dogs be out there. There's two little terrier dogs. And so you get the end of each end of a cat and just pull it apart. And disembowel it. Or that's supposed to be the threat. Or the fear, and they always have it so they come out and bark whenever I'm there. You get the thing. Always sending them out. It's like a thing. But yeah, but later after the shit happened, after January 6th feds, I say that, and then so he has to get a little bit, a week or two goes by, then he's punished. Sheriff has to come, put his all stuff on the curb, get the fuck out. And they used to keep the sheriff just parked here. Because he's like, in case he's naughty, he shows up. I need to give him his naughty papers and make sure. And then they fucking put this fucking fence in this other part of the yard so the dogs can't get out to be adjacent to our yard. They changed everything. Some other thing probably fucking did that too. But before that it was like YouTube. It was YouTube. They fucking do that. And they fucking know what they're doing because they threaten me and shit. Put dead cats, cats being murdered, things. They're telling my son, him to go dangle a cat. I asked him, where did you get that from? He says, from YouTube. It's telling him to go throw the cat in. And he'd do it, and he'd sneak it and stuff. And, like, if I didn't know, if it was just my wife, she wouldn't know. She'd be like a doofus. Like, I watch that shit because I know this shit. And I catch it, and I have to do it just right so I don't get any oppositional defiance or something. I get it just right. So I can find out. And they would like always have dolls. Sometimes there'd be like 6 dolls in the yard that dogs have been pulling apart. Or chewing and fighting and pulling. Like they're cat size and whatever the fuck are kind of. And it's just a thing. And that's like where the drone got. But man, but that's YouTube. YouTube did that. They had their YouTube shit up in town. And so, like, even the shit, they tell, so it's not even just, like, fake. They did tell my son to do this stuff. I got it for sure. They're doing all threats on me and stuff. But I got him to actually do activities. And that's the most fucked up shit. And probably, like, can set everyone up to abuse everyone. Like, they run the social media stuff. And get people to do shit. Sometimes they might not even know what they're doing or what it goes to. like who the target is or whatever. They just do certain activities. But that is so messed up. They've terrorized my son at certain times. He's had an issue. He's all fucked up. Oh, okay, so when you want to look at everything, okay, Thomas the Tank Engine, right? And then you have the Shed 17. That's the coolest video. Thomas Tank Engine from the very beginning, when they did the actual people, they knew they were going to do Shed 17. That's them. Same motherfuckers. It's like that. And then I'm wondering, and for my son, it's like, it's horror. He showed it to me. And it's like therapeutic for him. Like all the horrors of autism and being, certain things being locked in your mind. It's like certain things. And it's like horrifying, but I've seen him scared of stuff before. And it's like this cathartic thing and therapeutic. And I think it's designed like that. The follow-up one's just no good. It's crap and stupid. The second movie they made, it's like nothing. It's just fake. But Shed 17. And it is fucking good. It's like all the Nazis. The second Nazi comes to the island of Sodor and is doing stuff, and they have to like disembowel people and put them into train engines, all the shit. But but the Isle of Sodor, Thomas Tank Engine, that's the Isle of Man. The Sodor Islands. It's the Isle of Man, and that's where they put the Nazis. And that was all designed like that. To be that. They've got the expert psychology. But that's the thing to fix it, or like the thing, it's like, it is a thing. All I offer is the truth. It's funny because like it was my son, he's autism, and I didn't want to watch it every time. It was really helpful to him.